Hello, hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm back yet again with another review of Sizokuthola. Uxolani, as he puts it, he is once again cleaning the streets of South Africa, but it's still very much questionable. Is he really cleaning the streets of South Africa? So once again, Uxolani is in the location where he was maybe being told that there are people who are dealing there. And the funny thing for me, Uguti, as soon as he got there, he recognized a familiar face. So this tells me that they once arrested one of these guys and he got out. And guess what? As soon as he got out, he goes back into selling again. And this tells me, is there really a point in doing this? Is it, or rather, is there really a big point in doing what they do, these guys, okay? So once again, Xolani goes to a place that looks like it is a club and it's full of foreigners, not South Africans, if I may put it that way, because they definitely do not look like South Africans. And yeah, you know how they are. Oh, please forgive me, my brother, I am not dealing anymore. It's not what it looks like. But funny enough, we got to see them drugs, okay? And we got to see that they are dealing. And we're like, okay, but why lie though? Okay, why lie? If you're dealing, you're dealing. Why lie about you dealing? Okay, then again, we get to see another guy that Xolani was kind of like interrogating as to who is he working for and all that, and where the drugs at. And he did reveal that no, he is working for someone else. And as soon as they got that person, again, same story, he denies ever doing or rather dealing with the drugs, saying that he is clean, he is innocent, he is not touching drugs anymore. He has learned his lesson and he wishes that Xolani can believe him. But as soon as they found even more drugs again, and this just goes to see that in a way you can never trust drug dealers, okay? Now the funny thing for me is that they got the guy that you are seeing on the screen right now, they got him and he was wearing Gucci shoes. Xolani goes like, oh really, you're wearing Gucci? That's my dream shoes, okay? That's my dream shoes and you are wearing them. Wow, lucky you, you know, lucky you, you're wearing my dream shoes, you're wearing my dream shoes. And I'm like rolling my eyes like I'm like rolling my eyes, you know, I'm like rolling my eyes, because I'm like, what is Xolani trying to hint on us right now, okay? Of course, it's not nice to see people who do illegal stuff to afford soft lifestyle, and yet we are trying to work hard so that we can just provide for our families and afford soft lifestyle as well, because we all want soft lifestyle, okay? We all want softs, okay? Is soft lifestyle sonke siyayidinga, you know? Of course, the guy deny ever having drugs, you know. He goes like, please believe me, my brother, I don't have any drugs. I'm clean now. Now I no longer sell. I do not know why these people, they lie, because I feel like at this point, Xolani have heard this story for so many times, whereby someone will deny selling and will say, no, now I'm not selling anymore, now I'm clean, now I'm this, now I'm that. I feel like that's just the story of his life at this point, you know. If there is one big story that he ever get told, as the fact that someone is not selling anymore, is someone denying that they are still selling, or rather they are dealing, you know. And I don't know why, okay, because as soon as they go to this guy's car, here are drugs, okay, here are drugs, more and more and more drugs. One thing that I like about Xolani is that he does acknowledges that these people are liars, and he never take their first answer is seriously. Sometimes I sympathize with them and be like, oh, but no, they are serious, you know. If someone say I don't have something, probably they do not have it. But as soon as they got beaten up, because we can tell, it's evidently, like, we can tell that evidently, like, it's showing that they have been beaten up, which I don't don't agree with. I strongly oppose the idea that these people get beaten. Okay, so we also met another township boy, mfana wako kasi, le yena hle bathong wa dealer, and aga o dila linyawupe, you know, he's a nyawupe dealer. I mean, it's sad, but he does, in his defense, say this is the way he hustle, you know, this is the only way he knows how to hustle so that he can put bread on top of the table. And I'm like, man, I know, I feel so bad, okay? I do feel so bad, especially because I know that all these people that are being captured by Moja Love right now are really small fishes, okay? Are really small fishes. These are just people who's like me and you, trying to make a living. You know, times are tough, economy is tough, and just people are just doing just about anything just so that they can survive. Doesn't make it right 100%. It just doesn't make it right. But whomst are we to judge? Whomst are we to judge when we know that there are people who are living luxury, who are living soft life through drugs, and those are the ones that needs to be captured. And even now, I still maintain my statement, and I'll forever maintain my statement that as much as Xolani is doing right by cleaning the country, but even himself, he attests that whatever that he's doing is not working, okay? Because as soon as someone is released on bail, guess what they do? They go back into selling again. So he, in a way, he attests, because as soon as he sees a familiar face, he's like, oh, you are out and you are back into doing the same thing again. So you all tell me, what exactly is Xolani doing here that is helping the country? Absolutely nothing. Okay, it's just to push content at this point, because these people, they do get bailed out. They get bailed out, and as soon as they get bailed out, they go back into doing what's familiar to them. They go back into doing something that, even if they don't want to go back, you know, I trust that they go back on bail and they try to look for a job. 2 months passes by, they haven't found a job. What are they then expected to do, you all? What are they then expected to do? They will go back into selling. Now, we go to the last stop, of which this story of this guy also was kind of touching for me, because he goes like, he is not selling anymore. Bambam Binkunzi just last week, and he lost all his stuff and his money, and he's not selling anymore, right? But he says that in his peak, yo guys, like this just, you know, he says that in his peak time, when he was really used to sell drugs, he used to make like so much money that right now he owns 2 taxis. Not one, but 2 taxis. How crazy is this, you all? How crazy is this, okay? And this just goes to tell you that, oh my gosh, like drugs have money. Drugs have money. And of course, when Xolani brings it up that now he have 2 taxis, of course he tries to deny it and be like, no, yes, he's selling, but he no longer sells that way, and he no longer makes the money that he's used to make, and he denies having any kind of drugs in his house. But he does say that he have hidden them somewhere, and he just doesn't mind to take them to the location where the drugs are at. So these people are working, you all. They are working because probably they start working around about 10 p.m. And now it's starting to get even like lighter. The sun is starting to come up. Now it's probably 5, 6 a.m. and they've been working. So yeah, they go to the location that he directs them, that you know what, let's go to another location. And Xolani does say, listen, we have been working, okay? We have been working, and we've been working like the longest of time. And also, he does say that ever since they've been working, so they went to the location that they were directed to. So he does say that he hidden the drugs into the tire, and he just gave his friends the tire and say, hey, please look, hold the tire for me, please. And obviously the friend, without thinking much of it, he kind of took the tire, and it comes out that the tire actually have like money. the Thai have not money but drugs. The Thai have drugs. Okay, the friend denies ever being involved in the tire, or rather knowing that what exactly was in the tire. According to him, he was just given the tire and he did not know what was in it. When they say be aware and be careful of friends, this is what they mean, because this friend could easily go to jail and go to prison for keeping possession of something that he is not supposed to, but your friend has dragged you into it. And not only that, the mother of the boy screams, like she screams for her life. She cries and she's confused and she does not understand why is her son involved in so much shenanigans. And she's like, oh, my son, why are you involved in so much shenanigans though? Like, why? And now there are cameras in my house. I don't want cameras in my house. Why is this happening? Like, she is disappointed. And even Xolani himself, he acknowledges that, like, we disappoint parents. We disappoint parents, and parents do not deserve such disappointment from us. But unfortunately, the parents are disappointed at this point, and it's sad. It's the saddest thing ever, to realize that your parents are the most disappointed in you. They do not speak to you, they do not speak about you, and you disappointed them because you kept this stuff that you were never ever supposed to keep in the house in the first place. And only because you were influenced by your friends, you end up keeping it. Yeah, guys, this is not right. Hello, hi, welcome to the Recap channel. I am back yet again reviewing one of Mzansi's hot, absolutely hot as a show in Mzansi right now, and that is Sizokuthola. Now, one thing that you need to understand about Sizokuthola is that they go on different locations looking for different things. The fact that they had to break a whole wall here, I don't approve of such, and I've said every now and then that I feel like Sizokuthola does violate a human's rights. That wall looks like a house to me, it really did. But they were looking for this guy who is apparently dealing. And the guy that you're seeing on the screen right now with Xolani, that was whom the target was. Like I said, I am just not happy about the strategy or whatever way that they use to humiliate and dehumiliate human. And the way in a way that is just so belittling. Okay, I don't think anyone have a right. Yes, right now Sizokuthola is with the SEB, the police, which I'm happy about, but I don't think anyone have a right to come to anyone's house and break a whole wall. Really, if you want to come into my house and search my house, you come with a search warrant. Okay, and I think that's how the law works. I'm not a lawyer, obviously, but this is just my assumptions. No, but this is how the law should work, rather. Okay, if it's not how it's working, it's how it should work. So yes, first location, the guy was met, and one thing about these guys, whenever they are caught in an act, they always act dumb. So he's caught, and he does say that he's a dealer. He's not the original guy. He's not the guy behind the brains. He's just a dealer. And he says he's been selling for someone that he've never known. And he is closer, so therefore he's being asked where is he originally from. So he does say that he's originally from Umtata, but he has found himself in KZN because originally he was looking for a job. But because back at home people are struggling, okay, there is a serious struggle back at home, he therefore found himself in KZN looking to make a way. So apparently they are in Durban, and he does say that the only way that he found was through selling. Okay, even though he understands that it's not nice, it's not the greatest choice or the greatest job any man can choose, but really what was his options, and when someone says, but really life didn't offer me many options, as a person you have to sympathize with that person. So the money that you are seeing down is the money that he has made, and the stuff that he's selling. Of course, they do name their stuff, cats, rock, this and that. Honestly speaking, when it comes to them, guys, I am conflicted. I am two feelings, and now I understand, and because with the first few videos that I've made on Sizokuthola, I was never like following the show, like really following it. But now that I am trying to follow, that I am trying to be in tune with the show, I do understand the depths of how damage our society is and how drugs damage our society. I get the full extent, really I do, because I have seen horrific. But also I'm just like, what is the right channel, what is the right approach that should be done in taking care of this whole mess that we are in right now? What is the right protocol? What is the right channel? What should be done? Because we are definitely, as a nation, sinking. We are sinking because we have young people, young youth, people who are under 35, who are selling, who are dealing. And let's not count about people who are using. Okay, those who are using are many, millions and millions, and they are definitely under the age of 25 as well. So how, as a nation, how do we come together as a nation and fight this? Because yes, Sizokuthola is opening the door for us. Sizokuthola is doing a great job, but really, can't it be a better way, a really better way of tackling this thing? Can't it be? So this is the money that he has made, and this money, for me, it does not even look like it's 10,000. I am sorry, I'm seeing a lot of 10 rands, a lot of 50 rands, and I'm just like, this money, for me, it does not even look like it's 10,000. And if there is one thing that one thing that people have been out there alleging is that drug business have money, and each and every time these people get arrested, I never see an amount which is worth 100k. If you have 100k cash under your bed, then you have money. You have cash, 100,000 just stash somewhere, in the closet, under the bed, wherever you are hiding it, then you do have money. Okay? But if you have 10k, come on, guys, come on. We cannot be arresting people who are just hustling in the streets and leaving the big fishes who probably have millions and millions of rands in their bank account simply because they are dealers. And that has been my main concern about this show. It's just has been my main concern. Now, moving along, this broke my heart. This is one thing that my heart, at some point, I couldn't breathe. I could feel that I am struggling to just compose myself. But first, before then, they went to Indians. There is this young Indian boy whom, again, he is also selling, So when he got caught, there was nothing in his room. They were like, listen, we need the stuff that you are selling. Don't even think that you can lie to us and whatever. No, we know. Okay, we know that you are the seller. All you need to do is to bring us the stuff. Well, at least he became honest that he actually does not hide his stuff in his house. He have a friend whom he uses to hide his stuff. So his friend, then there was this other one who, saw that he's living a clean life. His father have a family business. He's not selling. He lived through his father. But I know better to not trust these people. I used to trust them as well. But now I know better to know that this guy is probably lying to us. And he does sell. And I know that Xolani knows this as well, because the way that they interrogate, they don't play. They don't play. The first time around when you appear on camera, you look all smiley, smiley. You're like, no, I am clean. I am living a clean life. And the next time around when you are on camera, you are legit on tears, because they have dealt with you, and that's just how they interrogate, I guess. So I am not worried about the fact that this guy is lying and saying he's living a clean life. He have a father who have a business, they always say it in Geslungu, that birds of the same feathers flock together. There is no way that you're gonna be clean, living a clean life, associate yourself with dealers. Dealers are your friends. Like never. Oil and water will always remain oil and water, and they will just never mix, because they don't mix. It should never mix, Futsi. So yeah, they got dressed, after they interrogated the friend. They were just like, listen, we are not getting much from you, but one thing for sure is that you will sleep in prison. So they went to the guy that the friend claimed that he's actually the one who keep his thing for him. One thing about Sizokuthola, they don't play. And when the man is actually found, I am disappointed, because he looks much, much older. He looks old enough to be the